Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Lunch Table Podcast. In this episode, we're going to give you our spoiler-filled review for Scream 6. It's now in theaters. We're late to the game, but here's our review. I haven't seen it, but Dylan has. So, Dylan, let's get your shitty thoughts, because this is probably a shitty movie. Let's start.
Oh, boy. Hey, guys. You know how Ghostface always asks you what's your favorite scary movie? It ain't this one, I'll tell
Not
you
this.
that for sure. Man, let me start off first by saying I've never been a proponent of the Scream movies. I think it's a really corny franchise. Some people like it, and that's fine. I get the appeal. I don't know. It's just like, this was a hard movie to watch. Just like, I watched this movie in the theater with my friend, and he had a fucking headache at the end of the.
Oh boy.
I will say though, it was a nice addition to the continuity of the franchise, because they did bring back a lot of older characters. They did like a cool tribute to some of the older movies. I thought that was a nice little touch that they added, because a lot of horror movies, like I notice now, are trying to do that, like Halloween. Like they try to bring back some of the older, or as they say, the legacy characters,
right.
And they try to build off some of the hype from the nostalgia. I don't know. It was kind of cheesy, and man, props to Ghostface, man. You want to talk about an Olympic athlete? That like Usain Bolt must have been under that mask, because Ghostface. Let me tell you, that man was like on par with Barry Allen. That man was dipping and dodging like they could not catch this motherfucker. I swear to God.
Fair, yeah.
You had a better time catching Dahmer than Ghostface.
Oh
Man,
my gosh.
Everything they did in this movie to catch Ghostface just was like, it backfired like so many times. Like, yeah, this motherfucker must have had like superpowers or some shit. Like, they were like shooting him. He was like, when he ran. Like, yeah, good luck trying to get this motherfucker could catch any New York train. Let's just say.
He's a metahuman.
Right.
That was the subplot.
Oh man, but yeah, it was a dumb horror flick. Honestly, it had so many tropes of things I don't like about horror movies, and maybe that's the intention. I don't know, because the Scream franchise has always been kind of like a parody of horror movies. But the first scene had me mad. So the first scene opens up. There's this lady in the bar, and she's like on a Tinder date or some shit, and then her date texts her like, "I'm lost." Motherfucker, how you lost? It's 2023. Use Google Maps. Like, what?
I'm lost.
Like, how you lost? Like, so anyway, she's texting him, and then he's like, "Oh, I don't think I'm in the right restaurant. Can you meet me outside or some shit?" And you know what the funniest part is? This bitch is a fucking a professor on slasher movie.
Oh wow! How ironic. That's so stupid.
So she goes out, right? And then they keep texting, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see me. Why don't you meet me in this dark alley?" I swear to God, this is word for word. This is what happened. I'm not even making this up, guys. She literally walks into a dark fucking alley, and then like Ghostface obviously like jumps out and kill her and shit. Nobody fucking notices as they're walking by. Like, this must have been like New York or Detroit or something.
Yeah, they don't care. Oh well. Damn.
But that wasn't even the funniest part, because after he's done killing her and shit, he takes off his mask, and it's fucking Flash Thompson from Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh my God.
Fucking Tony Revolori or whatever his name is. He
had a lot of anger inside of him because of Peter. He was like, "Fuck this guy."
He went full villain. But it was interesting after that, because after he kills her and takes off the mask, I guess like Ghostface has inspired like a cult for like a lot of serial killers, I guess. So he's walking, and this is like in a college, and then he passes by Jenna Ortega's character, which I didn't even give a fuck about. She might as well have been Wednesday in this movie. So when he goes back to his apartment, actually, he's calling a buddy of his, and this buddy of his is actually the real Ghostface, and he actually jumps out and kills him.
Oh.
So it was cool in this movie, because it was like they played a lot on, again, I've only watched like maybe one or two Scream movies, but they they actually had this Ghostface killer left masks from the previous Ghostface killers at every crime scene. So it was pretty cool in that regard. Because it's like a kind of like a copycat killer of like the
Right.
original Ghostface, but it's like to the extreme. It was building up to this final kill that he wanted to get. But yeah, we saw some returning characters. We saw from previous Scream movies. We saw Courtney Cox, Hayden Panettiere. She was like an FBI agent in this. I thought that was really cool. She's like, after like Ghostface investigations. But the main cast was just, I don't know, man. I mean, Jenna Ortega, she even kind of annoyed me in the first couple scenes because she was at this college party and she was letting this like date rapey guy like hook up with her.
Oh,
it was
wow.
really annoying. But I mean, her sister was pretty cool though. Her sister, I think, was the daughter of the first Ghostface killer. But yeah, it was dumb, to be honest. Like looking back, like there were funny moments in this. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm mad though because they could have easily avoided a lot of shit. Like there was a scene where Ghostface was in their apartment and he was after them. They're literally running inside their apartment. That's how fucking stupid this is. It was like a fucking Scooby Doo chase or some shit.
Oh boy.
He's like they're locked in this room and he's trying to get through the door. And he puts his arm in through the door. I'm like, why didn't you just slam the door on his arm? Like, what?
right.
I'm telling you, this motherfucker was Barry Allen. He ran. He was dodging bullets. I think Courtney Cox like shot him like twice in the face or some shit, and he survived. No. Death means nothing in this series, man. You want to talk about like everything they did? Like, I might as well spoil the end. So the end was basically okay. So there was this cop. He was kind of mad at the older sister because she killed her boyfriend. I think that was what's his name? Jack Quaid.
Oh, Jack Quaid. Yeah.
At the end of the last movie, he was the Ghostface killer. So he was actually a son of this cop, and he had two other siblings. So there were actually two Ghostface. Actually, technically three Ghostface killers because the cop was included. So they were like murdering at different points, and it was kind of hard to pinpoint who actually was the real killer. But they made a lot of stupid mentions about like, franchises and how this is supposed to be like different from the rest of the other movies, but it really wasn't the same. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea.
Well, it's weird because they have the legacy now as a popular horror series that I guess they could kind of recall their own tropes in a way. It's kind of meta of some sort. I guess that's probably why Scream is popular, because back then the first movie was like relying heavily, I think, on Halloween. They were watching a Halloween movie, and then later on it had certain cues that emulated that. But now it seems like now they could just rely on their own horror tropes. But perhaps you started cheesy, so now you're just going to always stay cheesy if you always rely on your own.
Well, they can't even rely on their own tropes because it's 2023 and nobody talks to each other on the phone anymore. We all text each other. But I did think that was an interesting point. It's like, how do you have a Scream movie in modern day when everybody's like on social media and stuff? So it was kind of interesting, but there was just so many stupid moments in this movie. I was like, they could have avoided. Like, there was, I swear to God, there was this one scene. So Tara, the older sister, she was about to shoot the cop that was the bad guy. She runs out of bullets, and then he has a gun pointed at her too. And they run at each other. I'm like, what? I'm like, you have a gun, like,
right?
Yeah, it's like the Barbarian all over again.
Oh my gosh, it's so cliche. It's in a way, it's kind of lazy, but maybe it's not supposed to be taken serious. Maybe it's just like you kind of have to forget about it. Maybe that's the point. Like, let's just forget about this after we watch this movie.
I get that, but it's to a point where it's like, it's annoyingly stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's movies where I understand it's supposed to be stupid. Like, but let me tell you, if I had to watch this movie or Scary Movie, I'd probably watch Scary Movie.
Scary Movie? What's up?
Yeah, I don't know. It was really funny to you mention the Halloween thing because they actually had, they were at a Halloween party and they were actually that scene where they were on the train. There was actually a dude in a Michael Myers mask. So it was so funny.
Oh wow!
I wonder if they got like the licensing for like Halloween. I don't know. It was a dumb movie, but man, to each their own. I'm sure people will probably say I'm ranting too hard on this movie, but it's not for me. Maybe it's for other people.
Right.
I'm actually glad you didn't see it, Akram. You saved
I
yourself
guess
$18.
Yeah, I guess I'm glad too. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I guess you probably would give this a 6 out of 10. How what would you rate it?
Oh gosh, not even 6. I'd probably give it like I hate to rag on movies sometimes, but it was just so dumb. Like this, I swear to God, this movie gave my friend a headache. That's how bad it was.
Oh wow.
I'd probably give it like a 5 or 4 out of 10. Honestly.
Oh wow.
Yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. If this is your favorite Scream movie, I don't know. You probably deserve to get killed off.
Damn. Damn.
But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Scream movies, but it was an interesting movie overall, I think. But I wonder if they'll continue with the franchise. But yeah, that's mainly my review because Akram hasn't seen it. But yeah, check it out if you haven't already. Check out our other reviews. Check out our other playlists. We do a lot of content for you guys. We have so much more content planned for the rest of the month. But yeah, guys, until then, thanks for having lunch with us.
See you guys.
I felt to kill myself after they watched my movie. I was like, damn, Ghostface should have got me first.
You're the true Ghostface, okay?
Shit.